Are you ready for Racing Alaska? Advance tickets. See you soon at Alaska Raceway Park.
Family. Another life begins, and the future is wide open. Medical Park Family Care is with you each step of every generation. We're proud to have been growing with Anchorage as your family medical clinic for over 40 years. Our goal continues to be make a positive difference in every patient's life. Medical Park Family Care. First in family care.
While the Anchorage Montessori School fills young minds, Alaska Communications is minding their connection to the rest of the world. Because IT plays a critical role in day-to-day business operations and in their futures. So the teachers and staff rely on us to monitor their network, fixing issues before they're even noticed, no glitches, and no missed knowledge. Get internet and IT services Alaska can rely on. Because to us, Alaska is the most important place on Earth.
Casey Hits, weeknights, KTVY Fox 4 News at 9. Stick around for AKSN immediately following today's race.
Ahead on AKSN, plenty going on in town this week, and athletes in our local viewing area making their college plans this week as well. We were there when they signed, but find out why a trio of East High Thunderbirds are sticking together to tip off their collegiate careers.
And CIC softball and baseball already nearing the midway points of their season. We will have the full highlights of all of this week's action, including the blue and gold softball championship games.
Plus, the Kentucky Derby is nearly 4,000 miles away from Anchorage, but find out how one local restaurant attracted hundreds for this year's Run for the Roses. AKSN starts right now.
Alrighty, well, welcome into another live edition of AKSN. Casey Hintz here alongside Jake Siegel as always. In a busy week of sports, you know, we've got soccer, softball, baseball, all of that going on at the same time. It kept us busy, Jake. But today we start with players working the pens, committing to play ball at the college ranks. Now, the East High Thunderbirds have had a lot to celebrate this year, from a regular season run on the court to stellar play through the playoffs. And that just left them falling just short to Diamond to get to that state title game. And of course, we can't forget about the boys of fall taking home some hardware as the 4A state football champs. Now, the T-Birds' success on the court is in big part thanks to the serious threat of three particular players. And on Wednesday, those three capped it all off, where they will end one chapter together and will begin another one together. Trey Huckabee, Moses Miller, and Carson Washburn, three names you heard a lot of during this last basketball season. Top scorers night in and night out for the T-Birds. Now, they might have donned red and blue for the final time in their high school careers, but come next fall, well, they will be wearing red and blue again, as they will join the basketball program at Southwestern Oregon Community College. Now, for the 3E standouts, it was the coach's commitment helping them to continue to grow their game that helped make that decision, but also knowing that they would not be going on this journey alone made this decision just a little bit easier.
We're leaving. It feels exciting. It's a big step. You know, it's like, you know, you're done growing. You're not a kid no more, so it feels good. Usually, going to college, it's scary because you go by yourself. But I get to go with two best friends of mine. I get to go with Trey, who I grew up with. I get to go with Carson, who I played 4 years with, and we played really good together. So it's exciting. I'm happy for it.
Definitely having some chemistry going into the season, having played with each other for a while is going to help. And living with each other, it'd be pretty fun, I guess.
We were just talking about how much, you know, like we grew together during the season, and it'd be fun. So yeah, we did a lot of talking though. My mom or dad didn't go, and they always wanted to, so it's good to kind of like take their dream.
Well, it was a blockbuster of a day at East, though. Those were not the only three putting a pen to paper. 6 other standouts joined in as they made their commitment to play their respective sports at the next level. Now, joining the trio was Gayton Davis, who will be playing baseball at Dean College in Massachusetts, Ryan Green, Sandon Kidder, Nicolette Dabbs, who will be joining the program at Marshalltown Community College in Iowa. She's had a pretty great softball season already so far, Jake. Nate Haig, who was a part of that 2016 4A state championship football team. He will be playing football for Fort Lewis College in Colorado. And Tanae Believa, who will be staying close to home here as she will suit up for Ryan McCarthy and the UAA Seagulls. Now for Haig, it was a relief taking this next step. While Believa is honored, she will get to play in front of a hometown crowd.
You know, it's nice to be close to home and to play for such a great coach, and they've been having really good seasons lately, so I think it was just a better fit. I'm really honored to be able to play in front of my hometown and have some of my fans here from East, you know, carry over and watch me play at UAA.
Kind of stress off my back, really. It was kind of a big choice to make to where to go for the next level, really. And just as good as finally made. Kind of a big goal of mine to, you know, make it to the next level, you know, past high school and all that. So it was always something I shot for. It wasn't just like something I realized. It's always been a goal of mine, even when I was younger, to play college ball. So.
We'll have more on the East T-Birds in just a few minutes. Elsewhere, a great way to tip off the week for Palma's Laura Sueva. Palma inked a deal to play hoops at Southern Virginia University next season. Sueva led the Moose in points per game of signing with SVU, yet she'll trade in her blue and white for green and black. Now, Palmer's biggest rival are the Colony Knights, and they don the green and black. The D3 program team name is also the Knights, and they dress in green and black. Now, SVU struggled on the stretch last year, ending the season on record, but this Palmer standout is hopeful to change the culture for the new Knights. East product transferred to Palmer for her final 2 years of high school and then tore her ACL in her junior season. And through it all, I asked her if confidence in getting a college scholarship was ever shaken due to the devastating injury.
I won't lie, I actually kind of did. Through the process of rehab and just going through physical therapy, I kind of had issues with like coming back to the game, and I always wondered if I'd be able to play the same or if I'd ever get back to playing.
Rival Colony, it had its own signing as well, and it would be Robert Hahn, who signed his NLI to join the wrestling program with the U.S. Coast Guard Academy. The senior will be sworn in as a member of the class of 2021 on June 26th of this year. He was recognized by the Academy for superior academic achievement and potential leadership. Thank you to him.
Absolutely. Well, coming up after the break, well, we talked to the trio, and we happen to have three very special guests, and they will be joining us right here on set. So don't go anywhere. Obviously, don't want to miss that.
So you're allowed. Everyone has places they need to be. People Mover, connecting Anchorage.
We invite you to Deha Yoga today for a yoga experience like none other. We offer a variety of class styles from all levels of vinyasa to gentle yoga, restorative, yin, and meditation. We provide everything for practice: a yoga mat, props, towels, showers, even complimentary tea for after class. Peruse our beautiful boutique filled with books, yoga props, jewelry, incense, candles, and much more. We hope to see you soon at Deha Yoga.
Come to Peace of Mind Alaska and check out our collection. Everything from $10 pipes up to $1,000 works of art. At Peace of Mind, our focus is on quality. Our products are thoroughly vetted before hitting the shelf, and all of our glass is American-made. Our staff members are experts in helping you find the right piece for your needs. Open 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Also offering quick and easy shipping. Need some new glass? Have peace of mind in knowing we're here for you.
Did you know 1 out of 6 men and 1 out of 5 women suffer from vein disorders? Lake Otis Medical Supply can help. Compression innovator Sigvaris helps everyone from new moms to athletes improve their leg health. A simple change of socks can enhance circulation, help prevent the onset of varicose veins, and revive tired, achy legs. Pick up a pair today at Lake Otis Medical Supply, your neighborhood medical supply store for 30 years.
Alrighty, welcome back to AKSN. Casey Hentz with Jake Siegel, and sitting in the middle of us, I've got Moses Miller, Carson Washburn, and Trey Hugway. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Obviously, these are some members of the East High Thunderbirds basketball team, and something obviously important that happened this week. You three signed your national letters of intent, but something even more important, well, you guys are all signing to go to the exact same school. So let's just talk about that first, and obviously it was a little bit of a relief to kind of get that off your shoulders. We'll just go down the line and just talk about the feeling that you had when you finally signed.
Felt good. I don't know. It feels like a new step. Like you feel like mentally you're just somewhere else. I felt like I'm not a kid no more. I'm going to college. I made my parents proud. I did my job.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you definitely feel a weight get lifted off your shoulders. Just the whole recruiting process has been going on for months, and just to finally know where you're going to be playing next year is a relieving feeling.
Yeah, I mean, it's just good to know all the work you put in, after practice, before practice, 5 a.m. workouts. You finally go into a college, you're going to the next step, and it's just good that I'm going with, 2 of my best friends. So.
Well, you just said it. I'm like, you guys are all going together. So what was that process like? Like, was it something that you had thought about, that you knew you all three wanted to go to the same school, or kind of just talk about that process and how it came about?
Well, at first it was like, oh yeah, we all have that same offer, and we were like, yeah, that'd be so cool to go to each other. And then like later, as the season started to wind down, we were all like, dude, why don't we go to, like, there's no doubt we should go to the same college together.
For sure.
Well, and obviously you guys have so much chemistry on the court, and they obviously had to see that, So obviously it's going to be, a change moving into a new system at that school. But when you guys already know how you guys play, that's got to help you guys out a lot.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. The school we're signing with plays a pretty similar style to how we were at East, and some that me and Moses were playing for 4 years. So just the chemistry between us alone and that familiarity with the system should help out.
I was going to say, we could be seeing you guys, maybe not freshman year, but maybe parts of it. 60% of the on the floor could be Alaskans on an Oregon team. Do you think it's kind of cool that you get to represent the AK and also East High School just out there, and maybe bring Oregon a little taste of Alaska basketball?
Yeah, I mean, I think we could. I mean, Coach Hopp and them did a really good job of getting us there, and texting us every single day. So he said he's really excited for us, and we should play down there a lot. So.
Well, let's talk a little bit, rewind, talk a little bit about the season. Obviously, that last game against Diamond was a crazy game. Of course, it went into OT. Talk about those emotions on that court that night. I know it was pretty emotional because I saw you guys after that loss. That kept you guys from going to that title game. So just let's talk about those emotions and what that game was like for you guys.
It was emotionally, it was really up and down. Because during the game, you're super hyped. You're like into it. Like you could ask them. I was just in the game moments, and then when the buzzer goes off and you look at the scoreboard, it kind of just hits you like, yeah, that one hurt. That hurt pretty deep.
And also, though, that capped off a high school career as well.
Yeah. That's how you finish the season. You're just like so close, but it's all right.
And Trey, if we could just start with you, go down the line. Can you guys give us one lasting memory you're going to have at this East basketball program?
Yeah, I mean, definitely just the brotherhood we all got as the season progressed. I mean, we started the season off, I didn't really know anybody because I was from a new school. So, I mean, just as the season progressed, we all got closer and closer. And now, you know, 2 of my buds, and we're going to the same school. So, yeah, pretty much the brotherhood that we all shared.
Yeah, well, me and Moses playing 4 years on varsity, there's a lot of memories, so it'd be hard to choose just one, but throughout the 4 years, just a tradition was just the dance circle before the games, and definitely a lot of funny memories come from there, so that's what I think of a lot when I look back on high school basketball.
That's definitely one of the best moments is the high school dances before the games. I'll probably have to go with that last game, honestly. Yeah. That last game, honestly, like it showed a lot of. It capped off the season like in one game. Like that showed like our whole high school stories, like who we had become, who we played. Like I remember I was looking at Trey and Carson, and you could just see like we were just like we wanted it. Like and then of course our teammates, who we all just like no one was angry with anyone ever during the season, honestly. So we were all just so close, and yeah, that game was pretty awesome.
All 4 years we had been to the semis, so it wasn't really a new experience for us, so we knew what we had to do there, but definitely took a lot of resiliency in that game. I went down very first possession on offense. Had to come back, play on a hurt ankle. Some people were just having an off night, and that's just how it goes sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I know you mentioned to me that you guys would be living together down in Oregon. So I've got to ask you, who is going to be the dirtiest of the 3 of you?
Moses.
No. Trey. I'm going with Trey.
No,
No,
Moses. Most definitely Moses.
I could clean my house.
All right, which one of you is the cooker?
Me. I'll cook a little bit.
I'll cook.
My dad's definitely the chef of the family. I picked up a little bit from him.
Okay, all right. Well, I think it's definitely going to be a party, and by party I mean a good party, obviously. None of that, other stuff. But, yeah, obviously really, proud of you guys. And you said it, we could see that on the court all season long. Just the way the camaraderie is between the team, and you guys, it was really special to watch. So obviously, big congratulations to you guys, and we thank you so much for joining us. And obviously, good luck to everything, and we can't wait to see how you guys do down there.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, of course. Well, we're gonna get to a tweet of the week, and while I've got them here, I might as well. We don't have a tweet of the week because it got deleted. One would have been from one of your classmates, Nate Haig. He tweeted me because I said his name wrong and I spelled his name wrong, Nate Hogg, which it is not. It is Nate Haig. So that is and he deleted the tweet, so I couldn't actually put the tweet up, but that would be our tweet. That was very fitting with you guys up here. But when we come back, we will pick up with softball, so you don't want to miss all of that.
Hello, welcome to Alex Hotel and Suites.
Thank you. We're just looking to book an igloo.
We have 100% non-smoking king suites, double queens, and kitchenettes. We offer a complimentary breakfast, and if you happen to catch Alaskan wild salmon, we have the freezers for you to store it in.
Where do you keep the dog sleds? We are going to have to get back to the airport.
Our hotel provides a shuttle service to and from the airport.
Great!
Be our guest at Alex Hotel and Suites, near the airport and close to downtown Anchorage.
Bedbugs are becoming immune to chemical pesticides. Why use dangerous pesticides that need to be applied over and over and over again, when Eagle Pest Control can rid you of bedbugs safely in one day? Eagle Pest Control's thermal remediation technology is a safe way to eliminate bedbugs and their eggs. Don't trust your family's health to ineffective, dangerous, and possibly life-threatening chemicals. Our chemical-free methods do not harm people or pets, and it is guaranteed. Call Eagle Pest Control today.
Have you been to Granny's Guns on Dowling, Alaska's newest family-owned gun shop, doing business the good old-fashioned way? We have the largest variety of firearms in the state, including those hard-to-find models. We also buy guns on the spot. Granny's Guns on Dowling provides the best customer service you will find, and we'll take the time to personally find you the right firearm at the best price. So if you're in the market for a firearm, visit Granny's Guns on Dowling today, between the new Seward Highway and Lake Otis.
Well, welcome back to AKSN. It was great having a chance to have those East High T-Birds come in. And Casey, we'll watch them a lot. I know we normally say we'll watch athletes, but 60%, 65% of that basketball court in Oregon could be littered with Alaskan basketball talent.
Absolutely, it's a pretty cool thing.
It is pretty cool. But moving along now, a lot of racing going on this week. I know those players just raced out of here, but we've got some more action coming for you. The 2017 Kentucky Derby is the 143rd renewal of the greatest 2 minutes in sports. And Derby fans here in Anchorage are preparing for the big race that occurred on Saturday, and they did it in style. Men were in plaid suits and wide-brimmed hats for the ladies. So were you. That's right. Now, this was back on Tuesday, and you could have had the chance to dress up and join them on Saturday at Simon & Seifert's as they opened their race doors as early as 10 a.m. for their 3rd annual Kentucky Derby watch party. Now, they told us you can never have too many cooks in the kitchen for an event like this, as hundreds are set to pack in and watch and cheer for one of the longest sporting events in the history of the U.S. Restaurant officials were kind enough to spend some time with us, and they told us they tripled their sales over the last 2 years for this event. Mint julep, shrimp and grits, and the Kentucky hot brown sandwich were all popular menu items on race day. Now, we mentioned we attended this watch party last year. The turnout was great, but the attire was even better. So, of course, we came back again this year. The restaurant's GM says this year they're expanding it and taking the party to the next level.
Year 1 was kind of a test. Year 2 continued to build, and we've now decided to continue to take reservations and book tables in our dining room and add additional viewing. So it will be completely filling our bar and into our dining room as well this year for the first time.
And when we come back, we will have more from the Derby, and we will have why we've got these very official Kentucky Derby glasses. So don't go anywhere.
Discover the warmth and beauty that new countertops and cabinets can provide for your home at Alaska Countertops. Dynamic to classic, contemporary to traditional. We offer solid surface, quartz, laminate, and granite to meet any budget. Our design experts will make your project worry-free, whether it's cabinets, sinks, faucets, and of course, countertops. Bring us your measurements for a free estimate. We can fabricate any design, residential or commercial. Visit our showroom or see our gallery online. Alaska Countertops. Innovation, style, and design.
We are Arctic Fox Taxidermy. You have prepared for the hunt. You have stalked him. Now that you have your bear, prepare for your mount. The award-winning staff at Arctic Fox Taxidermy is here to serve you and has 50 years combined experience to meet all of your taxidermy needs, specializing in Alaska big game, shoulder mounts, life-size rugs, African safaris, and waterfowl. Arctic Fox Taxidermy, located in the valley off the Parks Highway. Get out, get your bear, and give us a call.
Gina is a busy mom, an even busier grandmother. And when everyone's over, her house bustles with online activity. So she relies on Alaska Communications for unlimited internet. Now her grandsons can stream to infinity while she searches to her heart's content. All without having to worry about data caps or overages. True unlimited internet every Alaskan can count on. Because to us, Alaska is the most important place on Earth.
Chevrolet South Anchorage has the largest inventory and sells the most Chevrolets in Alaska, but I'll let my team explain what really makes us number one.
Our $1,000 best deal guarantee. If we don't beat any other dealer's price by $1,000, we'll give you the car. It's that easy.
We have Alaska's best team of parts specialists with a huge selection of genuine GM parts, accessories, and tires.
The entire team at Chevrolet South Anchorage would appreciate it if you made us your dealer of choice. Visit 9100 Old Seward Highway or shop Click Drive from home at AnchorageChevrolet.com.
Alrighty, welcome back to AKSN. And Jake, you were out there yesterday for the Kentucky Derby party, so I guess now we turn this one over to you.
That's right, Casey, and we just took a look at a preview for this event, and for Derby fans, that was just a taste of what was to come, because this year's event was everything we expected it to be and everything they kind of thought it was going to be. Year number 3 for this 3rd annual Simon & Seifert's Kentucky Derby Watch Party in downtown Anchorage. Now, almost 4,000 miles away is the site of Churchill Downs, the site of the Kentucky Derby. Now, once the bell sounded, heads were up and eyes were locked onto the race. It's okay, ladies, have a drink. It's Derby Day. They were ready to go. They're all enjoying the fun and stuff. And then the cheering, of course, that erupted. The ladies came out with the wide-brimmed hats. We saw the men with the plaid suits. Now, this year, the restaurant would expand from the bar to the main dining area. Now, nearly the entire restaurant was filled with people watching the race for the 5th straight year. The favorite won. What a shock, right?
Of course.
The horse's name this year, Already Dreaming, and
We're always doing plenty of dreaming, Jake.
that's right, and those who dressed up for that, they came out in style, some even dreaming and believing they too were in the bluegrass state for just a couple hours.
One of the things I love is getting to see everybody's outfits. You don't get to see people wearing things like this in Alaska very often. So it's really fun, and being able to get to see everybody stand up and cheer during the race when that's going on. It's not a very long race, but when it is going, people are screaming and cheering, and I just really enjoy it.
I think it's a great idea. I think this is a great event. I think that Simon's did a really great job, David Parks. I think that this is something definitely that should continue. Literally for just the fact that we were able to pretend like we're somewhere else for a minute, I think it's a really great idea.
I was with a group that actually had put real money down, so they were going crazy. Like, the guys had sweat droplets going down, and I'm sitting there with my julep going, oh my gosh, we're getting excited. I thought the race was gonna last a lot longer than it did, but for those whole 15, 30 seconds of excitement, it was intense. The adrenaline was rushing for all of us, and just being able to watch it and see these horses, it's amazing. It was very impressive and a ton of fun.
And Casey, just a few shout-outs before we head before we break. Simon and Seifers, first of all, they did an awesome job hosting this party.
It was legit, definitely.
It was a really good. It was one of the best parties I've ever been to. I'll definitely say that. A pair of charities were involved as well: the Anchorage Petroleum Wives Club and Secret Santa Toys for Tots out in the Valley. That's a David Parks fundraiser. They teamed up to raise funds for the less fortunate, helping kids celebrate the holidays come December. And I was actually on a horse. We'll show you that tomorrow. That would have never been possible without the help of the Rock and Bee Riding Club located right here in South Anchorage. They give lessons as well, so
I know what you're doing next.
Next year they want to try to train me to be a jockey, so
of course.
I think if they can fully get me on the horse, that might be a story to come. And you can find out more about them by heading to akhorsecamp.net. Overall, though, great time, great people, and all coming together for one of the country's longest standing sporting events. Can't wait for the 144th next year.
Absolutely. Well, when we come back, now it is time to get to those softball highlights with the Blue and Gold tournament, so you don't want to miss that. We will be right back after the break.
So you're Alaskan tough, and you want football in the snow. So you want some tools that are tougher than origami school project, but you don't want to have to compete the amazing race to get everything you need. Whether you're juggling a dozen ambitious weekend projects, or you just need that last half-inch 13x1 hex bolt for that construction job in Bush, Alaska. So come on down to AIH and get Alaska Tough hardware for your Alaska Tough home.
Without People Mover, I wouldn't be able to get to work. I don't want to drive in the snow.
My car's in the shop. People Mover really saved me this week.
I don't have to have a car. I took the bus before it became trendy. I take it everywhere.
Nursing school is challenging, to say the least. Taking People Mover has allowed me to save money and to go to school.
Everyone has places they need to be. People Mover, connecting Anchorage.
It all started over 30 years ago as a small grocery store in Tok. Today, Three Bears Alaska has grown to be the largest Alaskan family-owned retailer. Enjoy warehouse prices without the annual membership fees. With 8 locations around the state, savor the freedom of buying in bulk or just grabbing dinner on your way home. Check out our weekly specials at threebearsalaska.com. Delivery is available, and Three Bears Alaska can arrange shipping to many bush communities. Three Bears Alaska, Alaskans serving Alaskans since 1980.
Alaska Spring and Performance, your premier source for everything that has to do with accessories to customize your car, truck, or SUV. We offer an array of quality products including bumpers, grills, lights, fender flares, steps, lift kits, and everything in between. Located in Midtown. Stop in today or visit our website. Alaska Spring and Performance. More than repairs, we solve problems.
Alrighty, welcome back to AKSN. It was a busy weekend over at the Albrecht Fields on the girls' diamonds for the annual Blue and Gold tournament, which kicked off on Thursday with the pool play, and that would continue Friday before the championship bracket got underway on Saturday. It was 8 teams from around the state taking part, and in the first matchup of the day, well, we would see a repeat of last year's state title, which you and that went to that if necessary game. So it was East versus South. South undefeated this year, outscoring their opponents, Jake, get this, 121-19.
Pretty good.
That's pretty good. But this was a South and East, and it is a rivalry from last season, and of course that state title rematch, like I said. So East certainly, well, they were not going to go down without a fight. Danny Desjardins stepping to the plate. She sends this one right back up the middle. Now, Nicolette Dabbs, which we talked about just a little bit ago, she'll see a lot of action this afternoon, but she gets it in. But that sets up the big bat of Ashton Jesse. That's something we know you don't want to do, because then she drives this one out to left field, and pinch runner Maddie Moser beats the throw at home, and South takes the early 1-0 lead. Well, the Wolverines up 4-0 now. East at the plate. I said Dabbs would see some action in the field, but she would dish some out as well. The senior recently signing to Marshalltown College in Iowa, well, she goes yard for the 2-run homer. That cuts East's deficit in half. Score now 4-2. Well, later, Emma Clevin says, anything you can do? Well, I can do better. Jake, with 2 on base, Clevin nails this one deep over the fence, sending around 3 runs. Clevin making this one a 7-2 game. Now, despite the 2-run homer, the story for me was Danny Desjardins on the mound. She struck out 12 East batters. Great night for her, as South went on to win this one by a score of 7-2.
Staying on the diamond, day 2 of this same tournament, wrapping up on Friday over at the Albright Fields. And we check in with Chugiak and West Valley. We'll pick things up with Chugiak leading WV 4-2. Sun out, shades on, so players say let's do this. The Mustangs walk a West Valley batter early, and after a wild throw to third, the Wolfpack would plate another run. That would cut the Chugiak lead down to just 1. And we'd have ourselves a game. Colony, they'd be warming up in the outfield as well. They'd be on deck. But back to this one. We go to the 5th inning. The Mustangs at the plate, but shortstop Brooklyn Whiteside makes a terrific catch. This one leaving the bat so quickly, we had to slow it down for you again. Here's one more crack at it. It was like instant, Casey.
Oh,
reflex.
Yeah, that's a nice snag, definitely.
That's what we call it right there.
Absolutely.
So the Wolfpack would still trail by just 1 run after this catch. So in the 6th inning, Chugiak would pull away. Now, Lilana Fugiri, she sits on third. A ground out to Whiteside again would allow her to come home. Out is made. And the Mustangs would end the inning with a 3-run lead. Now, but Chugiak would end up taking this one 6-3, but they've struggled as of late. And pitcher Kaylee Seagrove says this is one the squad needed to have badly.
It felt really good, especially since the last few games I've been pitching a little rough, so it felt good to kind of come back and get a win for my team.
Well, no surprise, the Wolverines made their way into that championship game. Now, playing for the blue title, and joining them would be the North Pole Patriots. South coming into this tournament, like I had said, outscoring their opponents just overall in the season, 121-19. That doesn't even count this weekend. So, the ladies have had their bouts, well, pretty wound up. Already up 4-0, kicked off by a 2-run homer from Danny Desjardins. Well, Tristan Tolan drilling this one, getting through short, and it would be Emma Clevin coming around to score, and make this one a 5-0 game. Well, next inning, Wolverines holding a 6-zip lead, 2 on, and stepping into the box, Annika Valdez. What a cut on that one. You knew it was gone the moment it hit. Not one, but that hit all the way to that second fence. That plates 3 more, and well, Jake, the route was on. 9-0 South. Now, pitching change for the Patriots, but you can't stop the bats of South. And, of course, a few mental mistakes there for the Patriots, and that's going to get you, Jake. Nothing the Pats could do. Now, Ashton Jesse adding an RBI double to make it 15-0, and that is how it would end. South cruising to the Blue Pool Championship. Now, Danny Desjardins, 7 Ks in this one, but she is nearing 80 strikeouts on this very young season. And this team certainly in the driver's seat as they have their sights set on back-to-back state titles. But it's not just on the field, the team feeling closer than any other team they've had. With 9 seniors leading the way, the whole team is dialed in. Now, whether it's taking batting practice prior to games, carpooling together, just building that camaraderie off the field, Well, all of those things go into making a championship team. So here's Desjardins in the postgame.
We try to take to each game and think that we're playing the best team there is. We go out there and we play hard. You know, we might run it up, but we really try and stay focused and holding them on defense. So.
All right, before we get to the Gold Championship game, Jake, there's something that reminds me of this game that we'll get to when you get through your highlight here. You know, we had a very good hockey game the other night between Anaheim Ducks and Edmonton Oilers. They were up 3-0, the Oilers were, and I know a lot of fans left that game. Well, the Ducks came back, they tied it up, and they won in an OT. That kind of reminds us of something that we did last night.
So maybe some deja vu.
Some deja vu,
Okay.
Jake.
Speaking of which, the Blue Championship game was good for fans who like a lot of runs, as you kind of know, 15-0 there. But fans who like close games would have been much better off coming to the gold title game between East and Eagle River. Now, Daisy Page would be on the bump for the T-Birds in the Gold Championship game, and she would pitch very well in this one. But her counterpart, Avery Brown of Eagle River, well, she was also sharp on the mound. Scoreless until the 4th inning. And then at that point, East with a pair on base at this point, and then a pair off, thanks to Kiana Smith, who mashes one. It rolls all the way to the fence in deep center, and both T-Birds would fly around the bases to make it a 2-0 East. Smith would end up with a stand-up triple. One batter later, Malik also to center field as well, and Brown going to come home easily there. East would push its lead to 3-0. Bottom half of the frame, ER. Well, they would get on the board with one on, but we mentioned earlier, Daisy Page had a very nice outing, and she's going to get a strikeout here to end the 5th inning, and we're going to see her dance off the field a little bit. She was kind of pumped up. But ER, as you mentioned, they would rally after to go on and score 5 runs in extras to take the gold title game 5-4, and after missing the comeback, well, that's kind of how we feel right there. Head on the floor, out of seats,
That's
picking
exactly
at the
how
ground.
I felt. Absolutely.
And it was unfortunate that we couldn't stay the whole time. But, you know, like you said, those comebacks don't happen often, but that's how we feel at Eagle River.
Absolutely. So, but a big congratulations to them, because that they beat a good team. That just
First
shows
time in over a decade they beat these.
So that says what kind of a team we've got. So, well, local high schools are keeping up busy with NLIs, but coming up next week we will check in, well, with who is taking their talents elsewhere, but we also have baseball to get to, Jake.
All right, one diamond to the other.
Absolutely.
Dude, it can't get any radder than this.
It can't get any better than this.
It can't get any better.
OMG, unlimited data.
It cannot get any...
It just got better than unlimited. GCI's new Simply Unbeatable plan. 30% more data included than AT&T's so-called unlimited plan for 30% less money.
Dude, it can't get any better than this.
Get better at GCI.com.
Award-winning Dr. Who and his team would like to announce the grand opening of his state-of-the-art dental center, focused on cosmetic implant and dental sleep medicine. With the latest in brand new 3D cone beam technology, Trio digital scanning equipment, Waterlace MD laser, and the pharyngometry, Dr. Who and his team will bring you exceptional care and world-class treatment. Simply relax with heated massage operatory chairs and watch Netflix while
China Light's Oriental Cuisine, our Anchorage restaurant brings you the only buffet that features snow crab, clams, crawfish, oysters, mahi-mahi, mussels, and sushi. We also offer a customizable menu including low-sodium, MSG-free, and gluten-free Chinese and Japanese dishes. China Light's Anchorage restaurant has accommodations for office parties and special occasions tailored to meet your needs. Trust our chefs to create a superb Asian meal. For the freshest and the finest, it has to be China Light's Oriental Cuisine.
Casey, we go from the softball diamond to the baseball diamond, and
Absolutely.
got your you got your Cracker Jacks here, your peanuts here, and baseball, as we mentioned, it's better than ever. And earlier this week, we'd have the season week start off, with a rematch of last year's state title game between South and Chugiak, and that young season would continue over at Bartlett High School. We know Bartlett and Mulcahy, the two real schools where they're playing games.
Yep, absolutely.
That's right. So pick this one up Tuesday night. Chugiak senior Jake Kindred getting the starting nod on opening night for the Mustangs, and after a quick first inning, he'd run into some trouble in the second. South's Austin Willard stands on third, and Luke Griffin comes through with a big base knock to center. Willard going to walk home, and the Wolverines strike first to take a 1-0 lead at the end of 2. Willard also plates the first run of the season for the Dark Side. Top 3 now, Chugiak with a plan to reply to that run, so they put the hit and run on with 2 away, but the Mustangs unable to make contact. And South sniffed this out right as it started, the ball waiting for Christian Cambridge, who's tagged out easily, and South gets out of the inning. Story of the game, South senior pitcher Parker Johnson, who went the distance getting the complete game shutout win. He had 6 strikeouts over the first 3 innings of play. South goes ahead and takes the opener, 5-0.
Well, we know the CIC baseball season is short, and usually, every game does count. But in this case, literally every game counts, Jake, as each of the teams in the CIC play a pool-style play, which either gets them in the top 4 or the bottom 4, and of course the former is, that would be the ones playing their way to state. So 2 important games going on Thursday, and so we head out to Mulcahy for the first. It was the West High Eagles taking on the Service Cougars. Bottom of 1, 2 on, 2 outs. And it is going to be Jaron Childs. Drives this one out to shallow center. Declan DeMare throwing the long one on this one. Not in time. Cooper Bailey Parsons sliding in, beats the throw, and Service goes up 1-0. Well, top of 3 now. Chris Crespo knocks one out to shallow left. And right on the money throw from Childs, but DeMare gets in on time. And we've got ourselves a 1-1 tie game. But coming up next, West gives us an AKSN Sunday 6-pack nominee with a dandy of a catch out in left field. Look at that right there, Jay. That's a good one. Service and West would be tied at 3 in the 6th, but Service would get the run in the bottom of the frame. 4-3 would be the final. Andrew Jadinger for the Cougars, 5 strikeouts on the night. Well, now Thursday, it was also South and East, and the Wolverines, well, they're coming for more. Top of the first, South wasting no time getting the bats cracking. Johnny Holmesa has Parker Johnson on third, and a little chopper heads to third. East gets the out at 1, but Parker comes in to score. South up 1-0. Well, Johnson 2 runs and an RBI in the night. Well, later, still in the first, runners on second and third. Lion Lincoln mashes one deep. He'd push it for the triple. Balua Buckmaster, the cutoff and the strike to get Lincoln at third, but both runners come around and score. South goes up 3-0. Now we'd have a pitching change. In comes Matthew Jarvis. Jarvis striking out, though, with the Wolverines as well. Sladen Mole belts one right over Ricky Gatter, deep into center. Now that would plate a couple more, making this one a 6-0 game in the second. But now Jarvis is going to give us another AKSN Sunday 6-pack snag right there, flashing the leather on the drive. Holmesa on the mound. He had 4 innings, 4 hits, and 1 earned run. Austin Weller having an afternoon, 3 hits, 2 RBIs for him as South cruises to the 13-2 victory. Well, meanwhile, Diamond and Service taking the field. The Cougars would jump out to a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first. The Lynx would even the game at 1 in the third. Service then added 2 more runs in the 5th. Diamond would play 1 in that inning. But Service would go on to take this one, and it was a thriller. Obviously, I had to get to the Derby with you, Jake, so of course, yet again, that leaving too soon, that's what happens to you. And it was Cooper Bailey Parsons, and he would get the game winner. It was a walk-off in the 7th, and it was, of course, yet again, another great ending.
Can't stay for them all.
I know.
Wish we could.
I know. Well, it is now time for our first real tweet of the week, and before we get to it, I'll preface this one. I know her only through Twitter, and she is a So-High cheerleader, and I know that she does a lot for the sports teams. And earlier this week, she was in a car accident, and they were on their way to Anchorage. And so here, if we can have the tweet of the week. It is, I hope I say her name right, I never know. It's Saren Tyler, but they are okay. But I thought, like, she does a great job for all the so high sports, and they are okay. But this is why I tell you to slow down and wear your seatbelt, Jake.
That's right, and not to be confused with Steven Tyler of
Oh,
Aerosmith.
there you
but
go.
we wish her the best
Yeah,
in her recovery. Looks like she's got family and friends and support there.
Well, it
Looks
was her and another friend, and she's up at the top right there. But it was good to see that they're okay. So I thought
Yeah.
that deserved a tweet of the week. She's okay. So yeah, absolutely.
Coming up next, though, well, we spoke softball, we spoke baseball. Got to speak soccer because we have all 3 sports seasons colliding into 1 or 2 months at this point. Soccer action coming up next.
Welcome to Alaska Snowmobile Salvage.
Did you know Alaska Snowmobile Salvage offers pre- and post-season service for all of your recreational vehicles starting at $135? We are a full-service shop, covering everything from oil changes to engine machine work for all of your off-road toys. Whether it has 2 wheels, 3 wheels, 4 wheels, or tracks, we are Alaska's year-round one-stop toy repair shop. Find us between New and Old Seward on 74th and Anchorage.
We got Agrippa.
Staying connected is crucial to getting blood to the people who need it most. So the blood bank relies on Alaska Communications for a secure data network that can track which Alaskans need what blood where at the touch of a button. A serious matter that got a serious solution. Get internet and IT services Alaska can rely on. Because to us, Alaska is the most important place on Earth.
Have you been to Granny's Guns on Dowling, Alaska's newest family-owned gun shop, doing business the good old-fashioned way? We have the largest variety of firearms in the state, including those hard-to-find models. We also buy guns on the spot. Granny's Guns on Dowling provides the best customer service you will find, and we'll take the time to personally find you the right firearm at the best price. So if you're in the market for a firearm, visit Granny's Guns on Dowling today, between the New Seward Highway and Lake Otis.
Over 10% of Americans have mobility issues. If that includes you or visiting guests, Lake Otis Medical Supply is here to help. We stock a full selection of wheelchairs, power wheelchairs, go-go chairs, 4-wheel walkers, and lifestyle knee rollers, plus devices such as the Iceman circulating pump and Laser Touch One. All are available for purchase or for rent. We even have a rent-to-own program. Lake Otis Medical Supply, the store with a wheelchair on the side.
A good start for both Service and West boys soccer teams this year. Service entered this week with a 5-1-1 record. Casey, meanwhile, West looks as good as anyone right now, owning a perfect 6-0 mark to start the week. And on Monday, the teams would square off at the home of the Cougars. The Cougs fresh off a 5-0 rout of Chugiak on Saturday, and they were hoping to carry that momentum into today's game. But we pick things up with the Eagles ahead 1-0. Service on the attack. Japheth Taylor has a shot to even things up at 1. But as you see there, the ball takes a west bounce and falls out of play. The Orange and Black, well, they'd extend their lead by 1 thanks to Malaku Cruz, who sends his cross field to Bouba Toure. And Bouba beats the keeper. More from Toure in a moment. In the second half, West continues their dominance as Zim Kanchu, the transfer, he's going to net his second goal of this contest, and in the game's closing minutes, oh, there's
Make sure that you get 3 points every day.
Bouba Toure.
Yeah, Coach said there,
stuff.
he mentioned getting 3 points every day. That's what Coach Egan said.
Absolutely.
And I think there's 2 teams that we're about to talk about who need 3 points.
Well, for sure. But first, for the last 4 years, the annual teal game between Service and South, which has included some other schools as well, but it was the girls soccer teams. Now it's been a contest that has circled on the calendar of many local soccer fans, and not because both teams, of course, always bring it on the pitch, but rather because they come together for a great cause, and a little bit more than just a win. Now, the true victory is having both programs and the community rally around the TEAL acronym. Now, TEAL stands for Take Early Action and Live. Now, Friday night's game raises awareness of gynecological cancer and is held because we know that Elizabeth Ann Ho, the mother of former South grad and UAA volleyball standout Morgan Ho, her mother passed of it. And a score, is kept, but it's not something the coaches, players, or fans focus on. Rather, it's for the greater cause of ending gynecological cancer.
Really important thing about this, I think, is that how the Service High School girls soccer parents have really embraced it, and they've helped the girls really kind of learn more, make signs, and find out more about GYN or gynecologic cancers. What we raise money for, our survivor retreat. We have a retreat for women that can go and just gather together. We have Extra Toughs, our women healthy lifestyles program, and we have our annual big weekend of the arts. So we really try to celebrate the arts and healthy lifestyles. That's why the teal game, girls soccer, being active just fits right in with all of our other healthy lifestyle activities.
And of course, there was a game to get to, each of the teams incorporating teal into their uniforms in this one. Very early in the first half, Jordan Foraker of South will be on the attack, but the service keeper is there to greet her, and Foraker draws the PK. Now, she's a weapon for sure, and she sets this one up nicely with a small boot. Almost looks slow motion there for a little bit, but that beats the keeper. Casey and South gets the early 1-0 lead. Just a few moments later, it's Foraker up the left wing. Check out the angle. It gets misread there and rolls him back of the net. And we've got a 2-0 contest. Midway through the half now, service unable to catch a break. Sophia Reap with the long boot, and this one goes off a service defender and in to make it 3-0. The Cougs getting their opportunity on the drive. Best opportunity on that drive right there. The final, though, would be 5-0.
Well, 2 game scores to report from yesterday. It was West rematch of earlier this week. Now, West beat South 1-0 earlier on Wednesday, and so it would be a rematch last night, and it would be Talon Stanley getting the game winner. And we definitely have not seen the last of that matchup. I think, Jake, that's a pretty good matchup right there.
Might be a
between those
repeat.
two. Absolutely. So a 2-1 final for them. And then in Diamond versus Bartlett, the Lynx blanking the Golden Bears 3-0. James Carroll netting the first 2 goals, while Derek Stone picked up the third of the game. All righty. Well, I guess we've got to switch school scene to the college scene now.
That's right. We got hockey to talk about, and I know you know all about it, so we'll get to it right after the break.
When James Thompson found an Alaska nuts and bolts, repackage them and sell them. The demand was more than expected for his Quonset hut, so he grew with that demand. 56 years later, AIH has grown to be Alaska's premier hardware store. Still locally owned and operated, AIH knows your building season is short. That's why our customers appreciate getting what they need when they need it every day. For your next project, come check out your nearest AIH location and get Alaska Tough hardware for your Alaska Tough home.
Acts of violence put a red dot on the map, an epidemic in Alaska. When we see the warning signs of an act of violence, it can be difficult to intervene. But I will not stand by and allow others to be hurt. I will speak out, and I will be intolerant of acts of violence around me. When we intervene, we put a green dot on the map. Green dots are actions that could save somebody's life. Our small moments, our choices put more green dots on the map than red. And together with your help, we will make Alaska safe.
Bob, the bus is coming.
Everyone has places they need to be. People Mover, connecting Anchorage.
Come to Peace of Mind Alaska and check out our collection of functional glass. Everything from $10 pipes up to $1,000 works of art. At Peace of Mind, our focus is on quality. Our products are thoroughly vetted before hitting the shelf, and all of our glass is American made. Our staff members are experts in helping you find the right piece for your needs. Open 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., 7 days a week, 365 days a year. also offering quick and easy shipping. Need some new glass? Have peace of mind in knowing we're here for you.
Alrighty, welcome back to AKSN. Now for the UA hockey team, we know the year ended in disappointment after failing to make the WCHA playoffs. But, just like any team, just as they, close the book or close a chapter, well, it's the day that you get to open another chapter that's highly anticipated. And for the team, that started with the 2017-18 schedule, which was released earlier this last week. Now, the schedule features a high-quality matchup right off the drop of the puck with a visit from hockey powerhouse North Dakota, and that'll be in a pair of non-conference games. Now, the Seawolves' non-conference schedule continues with a visit to Colorado College. Now, a new look this year for the annual Governor's Cup, the format changing to a 6-game series, 3 games home and 3 away. Now, 4 contests contributing to the WCHA standings, while 2 will be counted as a non-conference game. Now, UAA will kick off the conference play in a pair of road games at Lake Superior State.
And speaking of those games, it looks like here are a couple key matchups on the docket. As you can see, the heavily anticipated matchup against North Dakota will take place at Sullivan Arena on October 6th and 7th. Seawolves won't see their first regular season home action until November 17th, when they welcome in Michigan Tech for a pair of games. December 8 and 9 will be the first of 4 conference matchups for UAA and the Nanooks. The Seawolves will then finish their home campaign on February 15th and 16th with a pair of games against Bowling Green. And as usual, the Seawolves close out their regular season with their final 2 games of the Governor's Cup in Fairbanks on February 23rd and 24th.
Alrighty, well, Jake, it is that time of year. I think senioritis, well, it has been there for a lot of the students, and as we talk to the East guys, their graduation's coming up on May 18th. Right. Well, the days are numbered for them, and like I said, local seniors getting prepped for graduation. And of course, we've had a chance to work with a lot of the great seniors, and on Friday over at Diamond High School, well, the parents got their opportunity to bid their seniors a farewell and welcome in the class of 2018. Now, Diamond has had this tradition of gathering the senior parents as they practice and put on a show for the crossover assembly, which is the moving of the classes to their new area in the bleachers, and the seniors move to the floor honoring their 4 years at the school. And this year, the parent gathering was the largest in its tradition's history. And well, we're just going to let the video speak for itself.
This became a parent senior dance party annual tradition in around 2009, and so the kids kind of know to expect it. However, this is the largest year we've ever had, and they started a Facebook page and invited all the senior parents, husbands, dads, moms, everybody to come learn a dance, and we've been practicing for about 6 weeks now.
A lot of them had their kids' heads on large posters they were carrying, and they've been practicing for several weeks to do that. And it's become kind of an annual tradition for our senior parents to come in and maybe embarrass their kids a little bit, but also have a lot of fun.
Well, and as what you can see we'll have this on our website, the Parents Jake Gathering, and they did the Juju on that beat, which is one of my favorite things, you know that. And the parents killed it. They crushed that. It was awesome, so we'll have that up on our website.
That's good. And looks like we've got one more tweet of the week. We check back into social media. This one coming from the UAA women's basketball team, and it reads, after a long semester, the finish line is in sight. That's right, in sight. Did they forget the T?
They did forget
All right,
the T.
well, UAA,
I think we might have forgot the T.
Somebody forgot the T. Don't forget the T on the exam. You might get a couple points off. But you got to remember, study hard. The athletes, we know they're hard at work all year, so we wish them the best of luck both at the high school ranks and in college on finals. I know growing up it was a stressful time.
Of course, absolutely.
I know for you as well. Thank God the tests are behind us. But
absolutely.
Coming up, we'll talk a little bit more when we return.
Absolutely.
I'm more than just your pharmacist. I'm your neighbor.
More of the money you spend in my pharmacy
stays in our local economy,
making our community a better place to live.
Get to know your neighbor at goodneighborpharmacy.com.
At Bernie's Pharmacy, your health is our business. We have over-the-counter medications, vitamins and supplements, specialized medications and custom dosages for you and your pet. We've been your neighbor since 1980. Get to know us. Bernie's Pharmacy in the Lake Otis Medical Plaza near Tudor Road.
Is your starter or alternator dead? Give it CPR, Central Pacific Rebuilders. Are you looking for great customer service for all your starter, alternator, and battery needs? Then please come see us. We stock over 3,000 new and rebuilt starters and alternators right here in Anchorage. We have great customer service, great quality new and rebuilt starters and alternators. Come see us at New Seward and Fireweed, Central Pacific Rebuilders. Free shipping to all of Alaska.
Welcome to Crazy Hug,
featuring Anchorage's most eclectic menu. Now you can have it all, from Asian rolls and hot pots to burgers and curry. Thirsty? We have beers on tap from all the local breweries, with seating for parties of one to large groups in our banquet room. Join us for live music events, weekly specials, and brunch on the weekends. Give us a try. You'll get hooked on Crazy.
At Piper's Restaurant and Sports Lounge, we have what every customer wants in the summer. Tasty drinks, food, and the best outdoor patio in Anchorage. At Piper's, you can expect great portions from our large menu. Choose from a variety of meals, traditional favorites, and half-price appetizers every day from 5 to 7 p.m. Come have breakfast, lunch, or dinner and enjoy the beautiful Lakewood scenery with friends and family. The fun never stops when you're having a good time. Piper's Restaurant and Sports Lounge, off of Spinard on Aviation Drive. Come in today and join the Piper's family.
Alrighty, well, unfortunately, we have run out of time, but our AKSN Sunday Six Pack will be on the web. You can find that there. And a reminder, we'll be right back here on AKSN next Sunday on KTVY Fox 4. Now, the time change, of course, you can catch us starting at 5 p.m. And thanks for watching. And we've got ourselves a busy week coming up. So
That's right.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
Travel to an exotic land without leaving Midtown Anchorage. Step into Bombay Deluxe and let the enticing aroma and flavors of fine Indian cuisine take you beyond the ordinary to the extraordinary. Order from our menu of superb dishes like chicken tikka masala, tandoori naan bread, lamb seekh kebabs, or come by for our weekly lunch buffet featuring a selection of favorites. We also deliver